Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is my review of Justice League. Now this is the 5th film in the DC cinematic universe thing that they have going on that we have seen that has come out. We have Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and now Justice League. Now this film had a lot weighing on it going in because it has to match up to the fantasticness which was Wonder Woman. It is DC's big risk taker, I think, because they've done what Marvel did not do. They chose to try to unite this team, this Justice League of sorts, right away, instead of giving each member of the team their own movie and then slowly building into their own movie of being a team. So it's a big risk of whether or not this would work or not, so let's talk about what did and what didn't. First thing which I really liked is that this does definitely feel like a direct follow-up to Batman vs Superman. You feel the tone and the loss of Superman in the very beginning of this film because that's what the opening credits are playing over. You see basically the funeral for Superman in the city of Metropolis and around the world mourning his loss because people are starting to get worried that now that Superman is gone and we had this whole Kryptonian invasion with General Zod and whatnot. What is going to be the next alien attack, and are we able to defend ourselves from it without him? So I like that aspect of it because it does feel like his presence is very much missed in this film because he is dead and there's a sense of hopelessness with it. Now, the main thing I've seen in other reviews thus far is that people have been talking about how the first act of this film feels very rushed. I didn't really have a huge issue with that, honestly. It felt very connected and flowed pretty well, in my opinion. Each character got their own introduction of sorts. We see Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman, and the Flash all kind of doing their own thing at the beginning of this film, and then see them eventually have to come together through Bruce Wayne's wishes. Probably the funnest part of this film is seeing everybody fight together because that's what we want to see in the Justice League movie. And there are a couple fight scenes which happen over the course of this film and they all look very cool. They were probably the best parts of this film just because it's fun to see the Justice League fight together. We get to see all these superheroes who we haven't seen on screen very much compared to the Marvel stuff, and we get to see them fight demons, parademons, or whatever they're called, and work as a team, work as a unit, and I felt like they actually worked pretty cohesively together, at least in the first fight and even beyond that. And another thing which I really did enjoy, it's about halfway or maybe a little bit over halfway into the film, because we have Bruce and Diana. They're in possession of one of the mother boxes, and there's a debate going on between them as to how best to use it for a specific purpose. Bruce is very much for just going for it, seeing what's going to happen, hoping for the best possible outcome, because it's a very science-oriented thing. And at the end of the day, I can't speak fucking words today. Bruce very much wants to just go for it, try to use this thing, see what's going to happen, hope for the best result. While Diana, she has seen the price of science being abused and being turned into power and destructive, and the destructive capabilities that it has, because we get to see where she's coming from via the Wonder Woman movie with the poison gas and all the terrible things which happened in World War I. So you understand where their debate is coming from, and I really enjoyed that conflict. It's very minimal and it doesn't last terribly long, but I enjoyed seeing that play out because it does bring up aspects of the Wonder Woman movie there and in other parts of the film as well, but there specifically I just really enjoyed it. You probably also heard that Ezra Miller's Flash is the comedic relief of this film. That is very true because he's funny. He's the most unacquainted superhero that we have at the beginning of this film because he's never fought before. He hasn't fought the likes of the Reverse Flash or Zoom or any of the ones that we've seen on the TV show recently or anything like that. He's very new to this, and so seeing him have to kind of slowly step into this crime fighting idea, it's really fun to see, and he has a lot of really funny moments. That said, there were some moments of just bad CGI. There were parts where I could tell that they're in a green screen and it just didn't look the best that it possibly could, I didn't think. Especially different aspects of the final fight. That background, it just didn't look the best at certain points. There's also a point where you have two characters on the screen and one is punching the other, and it looked like a video game to me personally, and so that CGI just didn't look that well done. So there are some of those issues. We also have the fact that Aquaman and Cyborg are probably the least developed characters in this film. Aquaman makes sense because he's getting his own film. We're going to see his origins in a year. Cyborg is a little bit less so in the underdevelopment because we get to see kind of where he came from, what his personality is like. You get to see him accept his abilities instead of wanting to run away from them, seeing them as a gift instead of a curse. But that's really it, and it kind of happens within the first hour of the film, so he doesn't really have a whole lot of other places to go after that. And with his solo film probably going into 2020 or beyond that, it's going to be a while before we see any other really big character development from him, probably. The end fight of the film was also very, very fun. Like I said earlier, the best parts of this film are when we get to see the whole team come together to fight off Steppenwolf and his army of minions. And when that stuff happens, it looks very, very cool on screen. It's really fun to see. That said, there is one other scene which I do want to touch on, but I will do it in a spoiler video. So if you want to see my thoughts on a certain character in their first couple scenes in the film, you probably know who I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. Go to that spoiler video and I will be touching on that there. Otherwise, guys, I was actually kind of surprised at how much I enjoyed Justice League. I had a fun time with it. It's probably my number 2 favorite film of the DC 5 films that we have thus far, behind Wonder Woman. There wasn't really any instance where I was bored or just kind of wanting to leave the theater or jerk my watch or anything like that, and that's a sign of a good movie to me because it means that I am being entertained throughout the whole course of the 2 hours that it ran, and it's got good, interesting stuff going on. So guys, those are my thoughts on Justice League. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.